pictured in front of us is a map of the state of New Mexico, and it's 33 individual counties. And in the nearly 7 years that we have been in business, it has been a point of personal pride for me that we have attempted to offer land in as many of these counties as possible. Over the years, however, for various reasons I will not bore you with, certain counties have managed to elude our acquisitions department. Pictured here in blue are all the counties we have bought, listed, and sold land in. It totals 22. 22 of New Mexico's finest counties where we have offered incredible deals on fantastic properties. And pictured here in red are the 11 counties where, despite our best efforts, we have yet, operative word, yet, to offer land in. And this includes regions like Union County up here in the northeast, which are very rural and seem to consist only of large agricultural operations, as well as counties like Leah down here in the southeast, where all the vacant land seems to have an oil well on it. This also includes counties like Los Alamos up in the north, which seems to have no vacant land for sale and consists only of homes, as well as counties like Lincoln here in the central part of the state, where you can find a lot of very affordable vacant land, but none of it within an hour and a half of a Walmart. Major criteria when buying land here, guys: proximity to a Walmart. Don't get me started. Whatever the case, out of these 11 remaining counties, there is one people, where every so often, from time to time, we get a call, we get an email, we get a comment on the YouTube channel asking, when, pray tell, are you going to have property for sale here? Well, today, people, today is that day. For all of you who have asked, made this request in the past, Cringe Panda, if you're still watching, we are finally today turning from red to blue, this region here in the western part of the state. Yes, guys, you guessed it, Catherine County. Now, people, before the pronunciation Nazis jump all over me in the comment section, let me just stop the video right here and say this. I realize the word probably has a Spanish origin. I realize the emphasis might be on the second syllable. But we picked up the phone, we went boop, 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 and we called the county, and we asked people who live in the county, who work for the county, if it was pronounced Catron or Catron. And we got 3 people who all said Catron. So I'm going to go with Catron here. And I realize in the large landmass that makes up this county, some people pronounce C-A-T-R-O-N as Catron, some say Catron, and some say Catron, and I'm sure somebody out there pronounces it pretzel. I don't have a dog in the fight. I called, I asked, they said this, that's what I'm going with, okay? So to all the people who like to wait for me to mispronounce something on this channel so they can comment and tell me what a big dumb dummy I am, direct your ire to the assessor's office. Now, with all that out of the way, if you come back here to the listing page, you will see that we have got a whopping 20 acres for sale out here in the Wild Horse Ranch for a mere, people, a mere $29,000. And of course, this is going to be an excellent property for a variety of types of buyers, but especially for you hunters out there, because it does sit in such close proximity to the Cibola National Forest. More on that in a bit. For now, guys, let's go to the map. So here we have Catron County, home to such well-known people, well-known New Mexico hotspots as Reserve, Dadle, Quemado, and my personal favorite, Pie Town. Pie Town, which itself is home to a number of charming bakeries like this one and this one, which specialize in, you guessed it, baguettes. That's a joke, guys. A little bit of Hemingway humor. They've got pies, guys. They've got pies. Lots of pies. What kinds of pies, you ask?
Oh, blueberry, blackberry.
Blackberry, boysenberry.
Boysenberry, huckleberry.
Huckleberry, raspberry.
Raspberry, strawberry.
Strawberry, cranberry.
Hey.
Whatever the case, you take the 603 north out of Pie Town, bang a right out here on York Ranch Road, drive about 20 minutes north, and you will come to a place that God likes to go on vacation, namely the Wild Horse Ranch. Take a look at this, people. Oh my God. So this sprawling subdivision occupies literally thousands of acres in a remote region just shy of the Cibola County line. And the subject parcel is a massive 20 acres with a diverse topography, which includes some flat cutout areas, a little bit of a rolling hillside, and what savvy internet land sellers like to refer to as mature trees, but I simply call trees. It also has some arroyos going along the back or southern end of the property. And of course, guys, I know I say arroyos and you guys are like, that doesn't sound that great. But then, guys, when I pitch it to you in the parlance of savvy internet land sellers as paths of seasonal water flow, you're all like, damn, yo, let me get my checkbook out. Whatever the case, guys, when we go to the drone overlays here, you will get a much better sense of the full scope and scale of the property, as well as how that terrain changes from the northern to the southern ends of the lot. Now, a couple things to note here, people. Number one, this property is located along Alexis Road, which, like all the roads leading out here, are shockingly well maintained. In addition, there is power along Alexis at the subject property, as you see here, as well as underground telecom throughout the ranch. Subject property also benefits from having survey pins and boundary markers in place, which means you will not have to drop a bunch of money getting a survey done. Always a nice benefit. Now, a couple idiosyncrasies of this property I want to point out. First off, guys, the property has a gate. There is no fencing connected to the gate. The gate does nothing, absolutely nothing, to prohibit access. And if I had to bet, I would guess someone overestimated their capacity for manual labor, installed the gate, realized how hard that was, and immediately lost interest in the subsequent fencing. Whatever the case, we have a key for the gate, which we will provide to whoever buys the land. Next, along the same lines, this property has what I am charitably referring to as a tree fort and slide. A tree fort and slide. This one looks like it's seen better days, guys, so maybe roll a sack of potatoes down at first before you put the grandkids on it. Finally, and this is the one I know you've all been waiting for, this property has a mystery shed. And just to remind everyone how this works, Hemingway Land buys these properties as is and sells them as is, which means that if you buy this property from us, the contents of the shed are 100% yours to keep. And if you discover anything of great value, such as the Antwerp diamonds, Yamashita's gold, or the money D.B. Cooper stole, it is yours to keep as well. So, without further ado, here we go, guys. The unveiling. Ah, look at this. All right, guys. So in this first photo here, it looks like we got a hammer, we got a saw, we got a table, some plywood, some kind of I don't know what this is, some kind of industrial equipment. The application for which eludes me. And I guess if we go to the next photo here, it looks like we got some garbage bags, some unused toilet paper. That's good. There's a bottle of yellow liquid up here on the shelf. That's a little suspect. I'd approach that one with some degree of caution. So, yeah. Overall, a little underwhelming reveal. I understand, guys. Seems a little like when Geraldo opened Al Capone's vault. I know, guys. But stiff upper lip here, people. You don't know what's inside those boxes. You don't know what's under the shed. Could be some good stuff, guys. Could be some good stuff. Either way, some solid craftsmanship on this shed. I think we can all agree on that. This is a top-notch shed. Anyway, finally, guys, as we go to some more photos here, do want to mention that the property does sit just south of the entrance to the Cibola National Forest, home to plenty of great hunting opportunities such as elk, mule deer, and wild turkey. In fact, guys, I'm pretty sure the elk population outnumbers the human population in Catron County, so a lot to keep you busy if that is your thing. Should also be noted, guys, that a little further south, also in Catron County, you've got two other major national forests that converge out here, namely Apache in the west and Gia in the south. Finally, guys, Wild Horse does have an owner's association with annual dues of $125, which appears to go exclusively to road maintenance. If that is the case, I would say it is money very well spent because these properties are pretty far off the beaten path, and our photographer reported some very good driving conditions all the way out here. So, anyway, with all that said, guys, I have been trying for a long time to get some land in this county. This is, believe it or not, one of only about 24 counties in America that aren't online, meaning that they do not interface with any of the software that people who do what we do tend to use, which means you need to be really good at property research to even know what you're buying or where it's located. Point being, this is an acquisition that we started on some months back. It took the better part of about 6 months to buy. But I am very glad, guys, to finally have this one on the site, not only because it allows us to cross this county off our list of 33, but because I do think this is a genuinely great property with a lot to offer, especially for those of you looking for a really private property with a lot of land, a diverse topography, rural enough to enjoy the country setting, but still in range of all the utilities you need to set up a really nice home site for you and the family. Anyway, I really like this one. I hope you guys do too. Finally, guys, do want to mention before we wrap up here this week that we recently listed our first Washington State property. The Washington State page is probably something we're not going to have up on the site until early next year as we attempt, operative word, attempt, to ramp up acquisitions out there. Whatever the case, this one's located in Cowlitz County in the southwest part of the state, just over the Oregon border, and pretty close to the towns of Woodland and Vancouver, if you guys are familiar with those. It is a 2-acre lot pretty close to the Kalama River, and it's got paved road access here along Weyerhaeuser, power and underground utilities, as well as a well. It's got a well, guys. Now, there was a test done on the well as well as a perk test that was done some time ago. Both of those have expired. Honestly, guys, if it was going to be up on the website, I'd probably spend the money to have them redone, but either way, they probably hold up pretty well. We got some photos taken, which I will describe as serviceable, which is my way of saying they remembered to take the lens cap off. Whatever the case, you can view those here. And if you or someone you know is looking for vacant land to develop up in Washington, this is a really good one. We've got it priced at $185,000, which, believe it or not, is the standard in this area for that much land. And if you are interested, we'll provide the link to the Redfin listing. That'll be linked under the video here. Or you can contact our realtor directly. Her name is Barbara, and she can be reached at the number you see here on your screen. With all that said, we'll be finishing up the year strong next week with some more new property coming up in Catron County. Keep in mind, guys, next week is Thanksgiving, which means we'll be debuting early on Wednesday or Tuesday into Wednesday at midnight Pacific. You get the point. Whatever the case, thanks as always for watching, everyone, and we will see you back here in 5 days for our next video.